Femininity coaching is big these days. It's taking over love coaching. These folks believe that your success with men comes down to just one thing: how feminine you are. So you can be an amazing woman, this idea goes, but if you don't embrace and embody your feminine energy, you're not going to be able to get a guy. So here's the million-dollar question. Is that even true? Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I am a love coach here at yourbrilliance.com. And my goal is not to help you get a guy. My goal for you is a beautiful life filled with love, the kind of love that sticks with you through hard times, the kind of love that embraces all of you, even your broken bits, the kind of love that feels like solid ground beneath your feet. Now, this beautiful, gorgeous, all-embracing love adores every single part of you. There is nothing about you that it leaves out. So if somebody tells you that men are turned off by your strength or your confidence or your success, then what they're really telling you is that they have never been loved unconditionally. They don't even know what it's like. They've only experienced conditional love that depends on them playing a feminine role in the relationship. Now, that's not good enough for them, and it's not good enough for you either. So keep watching to discover the truth about femininity and love. Now, you wouldn't guess this from what you hear on the internet, but researchers have known for decades that a masculine man and a feminine woman do not mate for the most satisfying marriage. Like, they don't even have the greatest sex lives. Couples who are flexible in their roles, who don't abide by these rigid beliefs about what men should be and what women should be, are so much happier in the home and in the bedroom. And it's obvious when you think about it. When you are free to be who you are in your relationship, without having to conform to any outdated notions of a woman's role, you are so much happier because you can embrace all sides of yourself, your sweet side and your take charge side and your playful side and your competitive side, and your guy loves them all. The very best marriages are between two psychologically whole people who don't divide themselves into masculine and feminine parts and then throw away the part that doesn't conform with their gender. As our world becomes more fluid and open, it's a real shame that love advice has doubled down this idea that heterosexual men are only attracted to feminine women, or this idea that sexual polarity is necessary for a good sex life. Like, what a boring sex life these people must have. If masculine energy is active and strong and feminine energy is receptive and surrendering, then great sex can include all sorts of combinations. Tantric sex is steeped in that feminine energy, and it's masculine to grab your guy for a hot, passionate quickie. Why should you have to pick one role and stick to it? Why can't you be whatever you want to be in the moment? Like, surely that's so much more fun. Yet you will not hear many love coaches singing the praises of androgyny because it doesn't sell. They can only sell to you if you don't feel like you're enough. So if you don't feel good enough, if you feel like you're missing something, if it feels like every other woman knows something that you don't. Here at Your Brilliance, my mission is to help you live your most brilliant life. And I cannot do that by making you feel inferior in order to sell you my solution to your problem. I believe, and I hope you believe this true, that we create our most amazing life when we feel empowered, when we're given permission to go after what we want, and when we're invited to try on different ways of thinking. So that's why I challenge you in these videos, not because I'm trying to make you agree with me, but because I'm hoping you see that there are other options out there. Options that don't make you feel bad about yourself. And one of those options is to throw away this idea that you have to be a feminine woman in love. The first thing you need to know is that by virtue of being a woman, you are already everything that men desire. You're female. You have the body. You have the heart. There is no extra feminine fairy dust that you need to sprinkle on top of yourself to make sure he doesn't confuse you for a man. Everyone will try to tell you that you need more. You need to act feminine. You need to look feminine. But really, they're just trying to put you into their box. They're trying to make you conform. They're limiting you. I challenge you to throw out the labels and throw out the limitations and ask yourself, what does being a woman mean to you? What do you really like about being a woman? What do you like about belonging to this incredible community of women around the world? When you define what it means to be a woman for yourself, you become so much stronger and more confident. You're no longer playing someone else's game because you know who you are and you know what you stand for. And that is so sexy. When you show up on a date, confident in your desirability and open to connect and ready to have fun, then men are floored. They're not comparing you against some ideal of the feminine woman inside their heads. They are admiring you because you are so unequivocally yourself. And by being yourself, you give them permission to be themselves too. The second thing you need to know is that the jobs of femininity are not yours alone. Yes, as women, we love to give. And we feel that it's our role to make people happy, to cook the food, to be the shoulder to cry on, to look after everyone's feelings. But if you do all the work, then what job is left for him? Men also have caring, nurturing sides. And good men love to look after those they love to cook for their special someone, and they love to take care of everyone. So if you take femininity as your sole job, then you take it away from him too. Men who are as comfortable with their feminine sides as they are with their masculine sides make absolutely incredible partners. They make incredible dads, and they have those emotional skills that make love last for a lifetime. But a lot of women aren't comfortable with a man who isn't bound by gender conventions because they can't see past their expectations. And they cast doubts on his masculinity just because he expresses his feelings. Now, that's not fair to men because the happiest relationships are the most egalitarian. So you put in half the effort and he puts in half the effort. You take on the tasks that please you the most and he takes on the tasks that please him the most. I will never forget the surprise I felt when I heard that same-sex marriages tend to be happier than straight marriages. The reason? Same-sex marriages require a lot of negotiation. There's none of this, you're the man, therefore this is your job. Same-sex couples have to invent their relationship in a way that works for them because there's no precedent. Now, that's not to say that straight couples can't do the same thing, but often they don't. They don't even think to question the gender role divisions that were passed down to them by their parents. Now, finally, just because you're the woman doesn't mean that it's your job to make him feel like a man. So much femininity advice is not actually about women at all. It's about how to make a man feel like he's powerful and virile and respected and in charge. And yes, many men love the company of women like that. Like, who wouldn't, right? But there's one thing we know. About 70% of divorces are initiated by women. So women feel much less satisfied in marriage than men. Why? Well, maybe it's because women have taken on this Faustian bargain. They find that when they let the man be the man and be in charge, things go a lot more smoothly. But over time, they're the ones that pay the price. They don't feel heard by their husbands. They don't feel like they have a voice in their relationship. And resentment starts to build. And relationship satisfaction starts to decline. And the end result is often divorce. Speaking up and making sure that you have a voice in your relationship will cause greater conflict in the beginning. Your differences will become evident right away. But if you can learn to work through those differences and learn how to listen to each other and find ways to make mutual decisions, then you will have what it takes to stay in love for a lifetime. So there you have it. Your job is not to be some sort of caricature of this Marilyn Monroe type woman. Your job is to be you, a woman who loves who she is, who is proud of being a woman, and who wants an equal partner at her side to share the journey of life with her. And for that, you already have everything you need. Take really good care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Hey, by the way, I want to share one last thing with you. I first started exploring these ideas years ago. And the very first time I came out and actually said them publicly was in this interview with Heather Havenwood on her Like a Boss podcast. And if you watch it, I was quaking in my shoes the whole time. I hope it's not too noticeable. Make sure to check it out next.